Welcome to King's Club.
Fantastic. New trade all access.
Elijah's coming down onto the beachfront here, where it looks like there's another attack here by one of Zaitan's little helpers. This is the Ash Horizon, which is an undead ghost ship that's come out to attack the Vigil camp. It brings with it a number of floating undead, which allows us to show off what happens when Elijah goes underwater. The first thing you'll notice is that when he goes underwater, he doesn't have to change any of his equipment. It all happens automatically. A breathing apparatus is applied to his face, which is primarily a lore mechanism to explain why you can be underwater indefinitely. There's no breath bar. You don't have to manage another, mechanic. You just go underwater and you're fighting. You do have a separate set of underwater weapons because some of the ground-based weapons wouldn't make a lot of sense. So we give you specific weapons. He's got here a trident and a harpoon. And those change out his skill bar the minute he goes underwater. Going underwater is as easy as jumping into it. If you're swimming along the top, point the camera down, you're underwater, and then you can move in all three directions. As such, the skills on these weapons are meant to take advantage of the fact that he has the Z-axis to move around in. So Elijah can do things like cast a heavy weight on his opponent that drags them down. Elementalists have a bubble that float people to the top. You can use that for escape. You can use it just to manage the combat. In addition, he has attacks that strike in a 3D space. That was a vertical spike of energy. He also has walls that he can cast and drag enemies through them or push them away. In addition, his dodge still works underwater. In this case, it's not, rolling away, it's swimming away, but it works exactly the same. Double tap, move. Basically, we didn't want underwater combat to be a more limited or a more complex version of fighting on land. We wanted it to be as integral to the game as fighting on land. As such, we've committed to having large portions of the game underwater. There will be events underwater. There will be cities underwater. There will be portions of your personal story that go underwater. Underwater should just be as natural as fighting on the land, just with an interesting mix-up in the addition of the Z-axis. You getting beat up? So some people have asked about the down state while you're underwater. We still have the down state while you're underwater. If Elijah were to become too damaged, or if he were to cheat his way there, he would still have his underwater down skills, but he would also have a command to swim to the surface. If he wasn't able to swim to the surface in time, he would perish completely, but if he swims all the way to the surface, he regains health until he's back. Again, we don't want people to be afraid of death. It would be terrible if you died and sank to the bottom and no one could come and res you and you basically were just out of it. So by putting this in, we allow you to get back into combat as quickly as possible. We don't want you to be afraid of death. We want you to have fun playing. That's the point.